Hey everybody, how y'all doing today? How y'all doing this marvelous day? I wanted to talk about some. I'm trying to see. So I wanted to give the whole story about my ex friend that was staying with me, and we had fell out, and she had said certain things. So, y'all see me looking at my phone. I'm editing videos while talking to y'all as well. So, um. it was some things that happened. I mean, we had been getting into it. I say about what maybe the maybe the last couple of months. It was words said, disrespectful words had been said. Uh, like she disrespected my sister by calling her the B word. That's number one, and then number two, she lied and said my sister uh uh called her the B word, which my sister never did. Uh, how I ended up meeting my ex friend was when I was 16. I left home. I left home and I stayed on the street. Um, I don't know if I should say it was easy staying on the street. And I didn't really know nothing about the street back then. So back then, she kind of taught me everything that I needed to know about, like, as the homosexuals say, boosting, escorting, all of that. She was a good friend, but at the end of the day, the way our friendship ended, it kind of fell apart. Like, things had kind of got, I don't know, really, like, when something happened when she had to step away for a minute to go take care of her health. Uh, she sent somebody over here to watch me, and when she did that, uh she sent somebody over here to watch me, and when she did that, it was like they was in a rage. My whole household was not protected like I had my household protected before. And it was just I was just so outdone. So it was it it was kind of scary because it was almost like I couldn't fend for myself, and I didn't know how to fend for myself because if you in a hospital bed, you can't get out of the hospital bed. You can't do for yourself. So um, it's kind of like it's kind of hard. You know what I'm saying? Then you trusting these people to come in to your house. You had no other choice, because at the time I had nobody else to come over and take care of me at the time. Then I did something for my ex best friend. Way before my incident had happened, I hired her as a caregiver so she can make money and be able to provide for herself. And I'm not thinking that I was going to get used in the process. If y'all wonder, was my ex best friend a transgender? Yes, she was. But that didn't make no difference because I feel like we've been through everything together. We've been like to the fact that almost evicted, all of that. But it never it never occurred to me that people get jealous of people. That never occurred to me. That never once in my mind touched my brain that you were jealous of me of certain things. And the things that you were jealous of me about was because I was stepping out into my own as I wanted to transition it over to a transgender, which she had been a transit all her life, but she had never got on the proper steps to do what she had to do. Then I want to say, ever since I know her and got an apartment, she stayed with me. I think about my 2 or 3 times she ain't stayed with me. I always, gave her permission or authority, like this is your house, you can do whatever. It don't matter. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I was that type of person. You can allow your friends to come over and stay all night. You can allow a man to come over. I didn't care. Even when she was staying with here with me now, she had a boyfriend. I didn't care, because I just wanted her to be happy. I wanted her to experience in being in a relationship like I did. I didn't ever think that our friendship would end the way it did. Um, do I think it was the man that she was dating that the reason why our friendship's the way it was? I don't know. He was cool, but not outing him or wanting to out him, he had issues. And when his mom came here to Dallas because he hadn't seen his mom in a while. I'm not going to say the reason why. She didn't have nowhere else to stay, while she was here. So I allowed him to come and stay here. It was my ex best friend birthday and it was his birthday. They was going to the club. I'm not, unfortunately, a club person, so I didn't go. You know what I'm saying? I mean, all of that club scene and stuff, I did that back when I was like, what? When I was like younger, in my younger days. So I was just like, I didn't, I didn't really, I didn't really, I didn't really care for all of that. So I just basically, stayed home, lived my life, Uh, but I always allow my friend to have company. I even had allowed her drag kids to come over here and see her, visit her, stay all night. Yeah, hey, whatever. You understand what I'm saying? Cause it didn't it didn't bother me because that that was my friend. You know, she was my friend. I loved her. I love her. I loved her. I did. You know, I did everything and anything that I possibly could do, but I guess it's just um I don't know if I want to say it was enough. I don't know if I want to say if it was just enough. I don't know. I know that I was a good friend, and I know I tried to be a good friend, and you know I did everything. You know, of course, everybody knows that I'm on a program, so I paid the light bill, which was high. When I was in the hospital, they was having they was having a ball over here. They really were, and they was like running my bills up. They really was. And I was just like not even concerned. You know, I almost want to say concerned. When I got home, I realized my light bill was like $1,000. Then I had other people staying in my house that I had no idea about. And then guess what? This was the boyfriend's homeboy and the homeboy's girlfriend. And he would come near here, he would help me, but he would get mad because I would study call him there. And at the time, I wasn't able to hold stuff right. I try to put it on the table. Now I can put it on the table correctly, but back then I couldn't. Uh, I was I was treated very rudely in my own home. I'm not gonna even lie to you. And I don't know if she watches my videos. I don't know, and I really don't care. But she knows the truth. And so when she came out and said to me about a couple of months ago, maybe one, maybe two, 3 months ago, I don't know. I forgot. That's how much I'm unbothered about the situation. I'm more hurt because the way our friendship fell out, and I thought we were cool like that. I thought we was better than that. But to make a long story short, uh, uh, she said that some of the friends of hers was going to break in the house and get her stuff because they seen some of her packages here and take some of my stuff and do something to me. And I was just like, what kind of person would do something like that? What kind of person are you, you know, to even want to harm me? And I ain't, and I haven't done anything to you, but being your friend, being there for you. What kind of person are you? That's that's even now. I replay that subject in my mind, and I replay that in my mind. What kind of friend are you? Were you that jealous? Were your friends that jealous? because I think she was kind of like well known because she was in the entertainment business. I'm gonna say it like that. She's in the show business. You know, she did shows at the clubs and stuff like that. But uh other people was talking about her, you know, a lot. And they was talking about her clothes. But I offended her. I didn't like the way they used to talk about her. And like when they would want to talk about her or stuff like that, or even think about talking about her, I would want to fight them because I didn't like that. You know, I didn't like them talking about because I really considered her my friend. But I know y'all thinking, where are we at on our friendship now? We know where. I don't think about it. You know, I deleted her number. And this is the thing. This is the thing, y'all. The whole time that me and my ex was broke up, she was talking to my ex. She was talking to my ex. Yeah, she was talking to my ex. So my ex was talking to her cousin, who I went to school with. So right then and there, they had let me know what kind of friendship that we had. But I'm gonna end that at that note and let y'all know our friendship is nowhere. It's over with. I had wished her well. She wished me well. And she also said that I'm miserable. She said a whole bunch of stuff. Oh, and she said I'm messy. So, and she told me don't call her phone no more. And after she said that, I never did. You know. Uh I asked her what was the issue. Because I wanted to get to bottom down to the issue. And maybe we could resolve our issues and talk about it and get to know and start being friends all over again. Which my family didn't want me to even be intertwined with her because they feel like that she was messy. And they feel like that she took me for granted and they feel like she didn't do nothing but use me. So due to that, I'm not gonna stay on here too long because I don't want to keep y'all long. I just when she said what she said, I ended my friendship with her. I threw up my hand because I feel like all this time and now I realized that we wasn't actually cool. You was just like using me. And she really can't say I used her because I gave you a place to stay. I gave you a place to stay. But anyway, on that note, y'all, I just want y'all to think about your circle and who you hang around with. Because everybody don't bring good vibes. Some people bring bad vibes. I think I done this video, but I was much angrier when I brought the video towards y'all. So when I did this video now, I decided to bring y'all the update on what was going on now. And that's the update. Bye.